Liv Morgan's replacement in WWE Judgment Day revealed. WWE has hit an unexpected roadblock following Liv Morgan's recent injury, which has left the Women's Tag Team Championship picture in limbo. On the June 16th episode of Monday Night Raw, Morgan suffered a serious shoulder dislocation during her singles match against Kairi Sane. The match was abruptly cut short after Liv landed awkwardly, prompting medical staff to rush in. WWE later confirmed that the injury was severe enough to sideline her indefinitely. Liv Morgan, one half of the reigning WWE Women's Tag Team Champions alongside Raquel Rodriguez, has been instrumental in the women's division in recent months. With her sudden exit from in-ring action, fans and insiders alike have speculated about what WWE would do with the titles, and more specifically, how Morgan's absence would impact the ongoing Judgment Day storyline, where she has been heavily featured. Contrary to initial fears, WWE has reportedly decided not to vacate the Women's Tag Team Championship titles. This decision was subtly confirmed during the June 23rd episode of Raw, where commentary hinted that the titles would remain active and that a new plan was being set in motion behind the scenes. It appears the company is looking to keep the momentum of the tag division going without disrupting current storylines. According to a new report from PW Insider, WWE is seriously considering bringing in a fresh face to step into Morgan's role temporarily. None other than former NXT Women's Champion Roxanne Perez. The 22-year-old prodigy has made waves in NXT with her resilience, charisma, and technical skill, and now she may be on the verge of her biggest break on the main roster yet. Perez is reportedly a heavy favorite to be paired with Raquel Rodriguez to continue holding the women's tag team titles while Morgan recovers. WWE sees Perez as someone who can not only fill Morgan's shoes from an in-ring perspective, but also bring a unique energy to the division. Given Perez's strong fan following and her past accolades, including her historic rise as one of the youngest NXT Women's Champions in history, this move could serve as a career-defining moment for the rising star. This potential tag team pairing also opens a door for interesting story dynamics. While Liv and Raquel had a history of teamwork, shared victories, and clear chemistry, a new partnership between Raquel and Roxanne would introduce an entirely different vibe. Raquel, known for her powerhouse style and experience, could act as a mentor figure for the younger Perez, who brings speed, agility, and a never-say-die attitude. The Women's Tag Team Championship has often struggled to find consistent storytelling and long-term title holders. But WWE's decision to pivot rather than vacate the titles might reflect a renewed commitment to rebuilding the division, especially with stars like Perez waiting in the wings for main roster exposure. Liv Morgan's absence is certainly a blow to WWE's current plans, especially given her growing role within the Judgment Day storyline. Morgan had been a central figure in the ongoing tension between Rhea Ripley and Dominic Mysterio, and her alliance with Rodriguez gave her the platform to further cement her relevance in both the women's and mixed division storylines. Now, the creative team faces the dual challenge of maintaining continuity while integrating new characters into the mix. As for Liv Morgan, her recovery timeline remains unclear. Shoulder dislocations vary in severity, and depending on whether she requires surgery, her absence could range from a few weeks to several months. Fans will undoubtedly miss her presence, especially after her recent run as one of WWE's standout female competitors. However, there's cautious optimism that this injury won't derail her long-term trajectory. In the meantime, all eyes will be on Roxanne Perez, assuming WWE finalizes her transition to the main roster. This could be a massive opportunity for her to not only step up in a time of need, but also establish herself as a future pillar of the women's division on Raw or SmackDown. With the women's tag team title still in play, Raquel Rodriguez looking for a new partner, and Liv Morgan on the sidelines, WWE's women's division is once again on the verge of a major shift. Whether Perez becomes the next breakout star remains to be seen, but one thing is certain: WWE isn't slowing down just because one of its top stars is out. Rhea Ripley and Raquel Rodriguez set for Street Fight at Night of Champions 2025. Liv Morgan praised despite injury. The tension between Raquel Rodriguez and Rhea Ripley reached a boiling point on the latest episode of Monday Night Raw, giving fans a preview of what's to come. In a dramatic moment that lit up the arena, Roxanne Perez rushed to Rodriguez's aid, helping her fend off Mommy, before slamming Ripley through a table. The crowd erupted as Perez and Rodriguez stood tall, sending a clear message that Ripley's dominance may finally be facing a serious challenge. Following the intense confrontation, WWE officially announced that Rodriguez and Ripley will face off in a high-stakes street fight match at the upcoming Night of Champions 2025. With no rules and no disqualifications, fans are expecting pure chaos when these two powerful women finally clash in what could be one of the most brutal women's matches of the year. Ripley has been a dominant force in the women's division, often overwhelming her opponents with strength, aggression, and mind games. But Rodriguez, a powerhouse in her own right, has been rising to the occasion and seems more determined than ever to take Ripley down. And now, with Perez in her corner, the odds may finally be evening out. Amid all the excitement and build-up to Night of Champions, many in the WWE Universe are still thinking about Liv Morgan, who was recently sidelined with an injury. Liv has been one of the standout stars of the year, and her absence is felt deeply by fans and fellow wrestlers alike. One fellow WWE superstar recently gave Morgan a heartfelt shout-out, praising her growth and dedication. Shout out to Liv Morgan, who recently got injured. She was like my MVP for the year. I look at people like Liv, who probably started right after I left, around 2014, and just from the time I've been around her and watched her work, the way she's developed this past year, broken out her shell, and turned into this incredible little worker, it kind of warms my heart. Liv's recent performances have showcased her evolution as both an in-ring competitor and a character. From her underdog beginnings to her fierce, confident persona today, she's proven time and time again that she belongs at the top. Her creative storylines, unexpected alliances, and ability to deliver in big matches have solidified her as a fan favorite. Although her injury has temporarily halted her momentum, the respect she's earned continues to grow. Her name remains relevant in conversations about the women's division, not just because of her popularity, but because of how far she's come in her career. As WWE gears up for Night of Champions 2025, all eyes are on the Ripley-Rodriguez feud. But fans are also eagerly awaiting Liv Morgan's return, hoping she'll come back stronger and more determined than ever. In the ever-evolving world of WWE, anything can happen, and if Liv's journey so far is any indication, her next chapter will be even more unforgettable. As WWE gears up for Night of Champions 2025, all eyes are on the Ripley-Rodriguez feud. But fans are also eagerly awaiting Liv Morgan's return, hoping she'll come back stronger and more determined than ever. In the ever-evolving world of WWE, anything can happen, and if Liv's journey so far is any indication, her next chapter will be even more unforgettable.